Good morning. My name is Regina Pisa. I am chair of the Simmons University Board of Trustees. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to Simmons' 116th commencement ceremony. There is much to celebrate today, particularly the hard work that has gotten you, our graduates, to this point. We also would like to celebrate the extraordinary support you have received from family, friends, and loved ones, and from the faculty and staff of Simmons. This year, almost a year and a half at this point, was unlike any other. Everything changed. We celebrate your persistence and your resilience in your efforts to get to this day. As a class, you will be legendary in the annals of Simmons history. We recognize that many of you are grieving today. Members of our community have lost loved ones to COVID-19. Our hearts go out to you. I'd like to ask you all to join me in a moment of silence in remembrance of those we have lost to this pandemic. Thank you. Even in these difficult days where social distancing means that the handshakes and hugs we'd like to be sharing today are not possible, we still feel those personal connections. The spirit of celebration has carried across 116 years of Simmons graduates. It is a wonderful history. Today, we congratulate and honor you who are graduating, as well as your families, friends, and loved ones, and the faculty whose work and support made this day possible. Today's commencement exercises have been built to recognize every graduate who wishes to participate and are designed to surround you with your family and friends who I would like to recognize now. All the moms and dads, the brothers and sisters, the grandparents, spouses, partners, and friends who have sacrificed so much to make today possible. Would the graduates please turn to those who are with you now and thank them. And please take up your phones and text thank yous or celebration emojis to those who could not be physically present with you today. Finally, I would also like to take a moment to recognize someone whose leadership has helped the university through this difficult year. This is the first Simmons commencement presided over by Dr. Lynn Perry Wooten, our 9th president. It was my honor to chair the search committee that brought President Wooten to campus. Dr. Wooten accepted this assignment almost literally moments before we went into lockdown. Her first year as president has been an entirely online, and her leadership skills and her moral compass have shown through. Dr. Wooten, Lynn, it has been an honor for me to work with you over the past year, and it is a privilege to open this 116th commencement exercise by thanking you for your dedication to leadership, to learning, and to our students, and for the work you and the faculty and staff of the university are doing to bring Simmons out of COVID and into the future boldly. Now, let us begin commencement. These commencement exercises have their origins in ancient rituals. Members of our university community wear caps, hoods, and gowns. This tradition evolved from the Middle Ages when faculty and students donned these garments to keep warm in the drafty classrooms of medieval Europe. The colors and types of robes and hoods signify the degree earned by the wearer, as well as the institution that granted the degree. We, the trustees of Simmons University, are proud of your accomplishments. We are confident you will carry the name of Simmons into your professions and communities with distinction, dignity, and pride. Congratulations. Now please join me in welcoming the Reverend Dr. Evan C. Hines, Senior Pastor of the Elliott Congregational Church of Roxbury in Boston, and please stand for the commencement invocation.
Well, thank you, Ms. Regina Pisa, for that introduction. And congratulations to all the graduates and family, friends, and loved ones of Simmons University. I am so excited to celebrate this occasion with you. I am married to a wonderful woman of 32 years. I have 3 lovely daughters, and they have all taught me more than I've taught them. But my wife and daughters have taught me so much about the importance of love. And so while we may have enough vaccine to go around, I'm convinced that we still need more love. So whatever your endeavors take you forth with, whatever your future holds, whatever vocation you assume, I would pray that you would do it all in love. And so if I could lead you in prayer on today, I would invite you to do whatever is comfortable. Bow your head, close your eyes, but especially to open your heart. And let's take a moment to go to our Heavenly Father in prayer in our respective traditions. And I will pray a prayer for you and with you. And you can pray along with me, or maybe just pray silently, or even together with those that you are with in this moment as we take a moment to just be grateful. Lord, thank you for all of your wonderful blessings. We thank you that even in the face of a pandemic where we have been kept apart, that through technology, we have the privilege of even being drawn together. Thank you for the students of Simmons University. Thank you for this incredible milestone. Thank you for the opportunity to celebrate accomplishments, graduations, matriculation, family, friends, loved ones. Thank you for the university and the administrators, the professors, and all those that have worked to make this day possible. We thank you for the past, the present, and the future. And we ask that you would give us grace and the ability to love every step of the way. Amen. Once again, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations to all of the graduates of Simmons University, and congratulations to all the family, friends, and loved ones that have helped to make this day possible. God bless you.
Thank you, Regina Pisa, for that warm welcome. And thank you, Reverend Hines, for helping to put us in a grateful and celebratory mood. I am delighted to add my congratulations to you, our graduates, and to your families. I am so proud of your scholarship, your service, and your enthusiasm. And I especially want to recognize your hard work, resiliency, and perseverance during one of the most challenging periods in recent history. This has not been an easy time. Thankfully, there is much to be hopeful and optimistic about as we begin to carve out a new sense of normal following the worst of this pandemic. The qualities you have demonstrated during your time here, combined with your Simmons degree, will serve you well as you continue your studies or begin your careers. I often talk about Simmons as a place that empowers students to find their purpose and to prepare for their life's work. I've seen this magical journey ignite a spark in our graduates as I've witnessed passion for the arts, sciences, healthcare, and so much more. Just as important, I've seen your desire to embrace diverse perspectives and experiences, and your commitment and using your voice to challenge injustice. The class of 2021 has a strong sense of purpose, sharpened and strengthened even more during this unprecedented time. While you have endured many challenges over the past 15 months, it is particularly during times like these that your Simmons education will continue to shine through. I am confident as graduates of Simmons University, you are prepared prepare to be leaders in your professional, personal, and civic lives. This belief gives me tremendous hope and pride because now more than ever, our world needs the everyday leadership that Simmons graduates bring to their workplaces and their communities. It takes a tremendous amount of passion, determination, and courage to carve out a career and a life's path that has purpose and meaning. During your time at Simmons, you've engaged in this hard work. You've shown your ability to think critically, to question assumptions, to take necessary academic risks. And you have demonstrated a willingness to explore your interests to find your calling. While our life path is rarely as clear and defined as we would like, I hope that you will embrace the potential of the unknown and take advantage of the unexpected opportunities that will most surely arise as a result of your hard work and dedication. In 2019, during a 4th of July celebration at the Boston Symphony Orchestra, the poet Amanda Gorman spoke about the opportunity we have to create a future full of possibilities. She said the following, which resonates deeply with me. Every day we write the future. Together we sign it. Together we declare it. We share it. For this truth marches on inside each of us. The process of creating our future is a daily one, an inner truth and calling that we must find, announce, and share, because none of this can be done alone. Members of the doctoral, master's, certificate, and baccalaureate classes of 2021, congratulations. Please remember the sense of accomplishment you feel today and carry it with you as you move towards your next goal. I cannot wait to see the future that you will write and continue to write. I know you will do well, you will do good, and you will do your part to shape a better future for all of us. Simmons is awarding close to 400 baccalaureate degrees this month, and will have awarded more than 2,000 graduate and undergraduate degrees during this academic year. At this ceremony, I will confer your degree on behalf of the trustees and our faculty. Thank you to our commencement planning team and to all of the staff and faculty of the university who have made this day possible. And congratulations again to our graduates. We will now proceed with the conferring of honorary degrees.
President Wooten, I present to you for the degree Doctor of Journalism, honoris causa, Susan Waldman, member of the Simmons class of 1968.
Susan Waldman, as a Massachusetts native and graduate of Simmons University, you have made your state and alma mater tremendously proud. Over the past 30 years, your career as an award-winning journalist and color commentator has been a series of trailblazing firsts. In 1987, you became the first voice ever heard on WFAN radio. You created the job of radio beat reporter, covering the New York Yankees and the New York Knicks. Later, you became the first woman to work on a nationally televised baseball broadcast for the Baseball Network, and the first woman to provide play-by-play major league team. In 2005, you became the first woman to provide color commentary in the radio booth for a major league sports team, joining John Sterling, the voice of the Yankees, first on WCBS AM and later on WFAM. Throughout your career, you have overcome the obstacles that accompany being a female sports broadcaster, rising to the very top of your profession. You have been the recipient of numerous awards and honors for your contribution as a role model and a pioneer in women's broadcasting, including induction into the New York State's Broadcaster Hall of Fame. Susan Waldman, in recognition of your dedication, talent, and fearless pursuit of excellence, Simmons University is proud to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Journalism, honoris causa.
Thank you, President Wooten. My 21-year-old self is shaking her head and smiling. To the class of 2021, you all have dreams, and I have no doubt you'll accomplish them. But look for that next dream. It's there. I was 40 years old when I started my second dream. It's turned out pretty well. I can't wait to see what you all have in store for us. Congratulations.
President Wooten, I present to you for the degree Doctor of Human Rights, honoris causa, Dr. Paul Farmer.
Dr. Paul Farmer, you have dedicated your career to improving healthcare for individuals and their families in some of the poorest and most underserved areas of the world. In 1987, you co-founded Partners in Health, an international nonprofit organization that works to promote direct healthcare services, strengthen public health systems, and undertake research and advocacy activities on behalf of those who are sick and living in poverty. Over the past 25 years, as a result of your leadership, Partners in Health has expanded operations to 12 sites throughout Haiti and 10 additional countries around the globe. This work has become a model for healthcare for communities worldwide. Today, you serve as a chief strategist and chair of the Partners in Health Board of Trustees, along with your other roles as chief of the Division of Global Health and Equity at Brigham and Women's Hospital, and as the Cola Catrone's University Professor and Chair of the Department of Global Health and Social Medicine at Harvard Medical School. In addition, you have written extensively on health, human rights, and the consequences of social inequality. Dr. Farmer, throughout your career, you have demonstrated how healthcare is a human right and shown that injustice does have a cure. For your unwavering commitment to helping those most in need around the world, Simmons University is proud to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Human Rights, honoris causa.
Well, now it's my turn to just impart three very brief messages. The first is a thank you to my neighbors and friends at Simmons, a place that I had long held dear even before this. The second is to say congratulations to the graduates. And to say it again, congratulations to all of you receiving your diplomas today. And the third is to note that you are re-entering a world in great need of deep remaking and reimagining. And this is the generation, I believe, that will do it. So go forth and remember the values that you picked up at Simmons and change the world for the better. I'm confident that you can do it. Again, thank you so much for this great honor.
President Wooten, I present to you for the degree Doctor of Management, honoris causa, President Emeriti Helen G. Drinan, member of the Simmons Master of Science, Library Science class of 1975, and Simmons MBA class of 1978.
President Emerita Drinan, Helen, as the first alumna president of Simmons University, you led a transformational chapter of this institution's history. During your 12-year tenure as president, from 2008 to 2020, you led Simmons to a position of strategic, academic, and financial strength. Under your leadership, Simmons reinvented its undergraduate curriculum with a focus on leadership development. It became a university in 2018 and expanded world-class co-ed online graduate degree programs. and you cemented our status as a premier institution for women scholars. Throughout your tenure at Simmons, you have advocated on the behalf of girls and women's education and empowerment. You launched the Simmons University's Institute for Inclusive Leadership to ensure the continuity of the university's contributions to this important work. In response to nationwide issues of race, religion, socioeconomic status, and gender, you created the Office of Culture, Inclusion, and Equity. Simmons University has benefited greatly from your innovation, vision, and ability to make challenging and necessary business decisions. President Emerita Drining, for your tremendous service to your alma mater and for your commitment to women-centered education, we are honored to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Management, honoris causa.
Thank you, Lynn, and thank you to the other trustees of the Simmons University Board. I am really grateful for this honor, and it is singular in my life. I appreciate the company that I have in other fellow recipients for this degree, and I'm especially appreciative of being on this ceremony with the members of the class of 2021. One word to that class. As Simmons alumni, you know you can do anything and go anywhere in this world. Your degree has prepared you for anything you might like to launch. Best wishes to everyone for this glorious day.
President Wooten, I present to you for the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, the Honorable Ayanna Pressley, representative of the United States Congress for the 7th District of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Today, we have the honor and privilege of welcoming Representative Ayanna Pressley back to Simmons University. In 2017, as City Councilor, Ayanna Pressley greeted the undergraduate class as they entered Simmons, and now they are graduating. But so much has changed in those 4 years, including Representative Pressley moving from the Boston to the national stage. Congresswoman Pressley, you are a dedicated activist, a legislator, and a survivor. You are a tireless advocate for the people of Massachusetts. Your career in public service has been a series of firsts. In 2018, you became the first woman of color to be elected to the Congress from Massachusetts. During your first term in the House of Representatives, you've been a champion for justice. This includes reproductive justice, justice for immigrants, consumer justice, justice for aging Americans, justice for workers, justice for survivors of sexual violence, and justice for the former and currently incarcerated. You serve on 2 powerful congressional committees, the House Committee on Oversight and Reform and the House Committee on Financial Services, both of which have remained focused on addressing issues of care, concern, and consequence to the American people. Prior to being elected to Congress, you served on the Boston City Council for 8 years, becoming the first woman of color elected to the council in its 100-year history. Throughout your career as a public servant, you have fought for equity and justice in our communities, working to ensure that those closest to the pain are closest to the power and driving and informing policymaking. Representative Pressley, for your dedicated public service and fierce advocacy on behalf of the residents of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and our nation, Simmons University is proud to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Law, honoris causa. I am now pleased and honored to welcome Representative Ayanna Pressley, and now Dr. Ayanna Pressley, to deliver our commencement address to the Simmons University graduates of 2021.
Thank you, President Wooten, for this distinctive honor. Good morning and congratulations, graduates. Although unprecedented world events prevent us from celebrating this momentous achievement in person, I am grateful and proud to join with you virtually in community for today's 2021 Commencement Exercises. This is a meaningful day as you close one chapter and begin another, and I'm honored to be a part of it. Thank you once again to President Wooten and to the entire Simmons University community for the honor invitation to address today's graduates. And thank you to the community gathered here together today in celebration. And I do mean the entire community. Each student that crosses that virtual stage carries with them the people that have supported them in their journey, the faculty, the administrators, the adjunct professors, the teaching assistants, the custodial staff, the food service workers, and of course, the caregivers, the family members and friends. You have each played a role in our graduates' lives and helped make this significant milestone possible. You've each contributed in significant ways to make these graduates the community builders they are and will be. In many ways, standing before you today to address the graduating class of 2021 at Simmons University feels full circle. The Massachusetts 7th Congressional District, which includes the city of Boston, is home to many amazing institutions of higher learning. That being said, at the risk of upsetting my alma mater, Simmons University has always felt like home. I've had the good fortune to bear witness to the brilliant minds of Simmons students and alumni on many occasions. We've sat across one another at meeting tables, stood together at rallies and protests, debated policies and texts. Simmons has built a deep and lasting sense of community. That is about far more than the brick and mortar institution. Simmons, in my mind, is defined by the compassionate, critical, and caring people that make this university their academic home. And each of you graduating today is a part of that legacy. You have defined community. You have stood up against injustice, fought for causes you believe in, taken on the discipline of professions that are deeply needed in our world today. I remember spending time in conversation with students at Simmons when I was a candidate and then city councilor. When I ran for an at-large Boston City Council seat for the first time in 2009, when asked why I was running, I would say, I'm running to save our girls that don't even know they need saving. I was often met by incredulous looks. One community leader countered, well then, go run a nonprofit, because saving girls is not the work of municipal government. But I knew better. I knew it had not been the work of municipal government, but it needed to be. Our girls and women deserved and desperately needed to be centered in our policy conversations. Now, while conventional wisdom, operatives, pundits, and institutions alike question the merit of a campaign like mine, the summits and panels that I participated in at Simmons University, both as a candidate and an elected official, only served to further embolden me in that work. In the decades since those early conversations, I have only strengthened my resolve and settled deeper into my purpose and intention. As your Congresswoman, it is my honor to advocate for people who come from every walk of life while centering the most marginalized, the communities rife with excellence and brilliance, but far too often turned away from decision-making tables. I hope your time at Simmons has challenged you, emboldened you, supported you, cultivated your genius, affirmed your beauty, and similarly helped you settle deeply into your purpose and convictions as you head into the next chapter of your own journey. There are many notable alumni who call this institution home. One trailblazer immediately comes to my mind. I could not be here speaking to all of you today without the table shakers, the justice seekers, and the ceiling breakers that came before me, like the irreplaceable Gwen Ifill. She was a truth teller and a role model for so many women of color who never saw themselves as a part of the national conversation. But her lasting legacy is the path she blazed for all of us who saw a Black woman stand in her full identity and demand a seat at a table that had long been dominated by white men. She was not deterred by the status quo. She was committed to redefining it. I have no doubt Miss Eiffel saw clearly moments like this one, moments where the first Black Congresswoman from Massachusetts would address the graduates of Simmons as they readied themselves to meet the moment and heal a world faced with deep challenges by bringing their unique contributions to bear. Gwen Eiffel was a student of history and a storyteller who helped contextualize the world around us. She knew, as I do, graduates, that your skills, your expertise, your insights, and your gifts are greatly needed. All too often, we receive messages from family, from community, from society at large, that we are too bold, too confident, too radical, too loud, too proud, too you. But here at Simmons University, you have been fully seen, celebrated, rewarded, challenged, safe. Your race, body, sexual orientation, gender identity, hair texture were welcome here. This space centered you. Simmons University has strived to be a liberating place. Our institutions are defined by the people like you, who strive to build community, whether it is a campus, a city block, or the halls of the United States Congress. And together, you have created a powerful sense of community during your time here. The greatest deficit in this country is not measured in dollars and cents, but in our ability to empathize with our neighbors. Your lived experiences and your instruction here at Simmons have prepared you to exert your moral influence regardless of the career you pursue. As we grapple with this country's legacy of racial injustice and the long road of recovery from this global pandemic, we need all of you. We need nurses who understand the lived experience of their patients, who work to build trust in every interaction. We need social workers who understand the systemic structural barriers families face and know that support is a verb. We need researchers who understand that disaggregating racial data is critical to exacting policy justice and ensuring emerging technologies bridge divides rather than exacerbate systemic racism and bias. We need you fully. We need you to bring your lived experience, identity, perspective, and compassion to this moment and to this movement. Because we are in dogged pursuit of a new status quo, one which fundamentally shifts power and centers the dignity and the humanity of all people. Today, you cross that virtual stage and you sit in the joy and accomplishment of this moment. And tomorrow, we get to work together to build a future that centers justice. Another world is possible, one not dominated by racial or gender oppression. Another world is possible, one where we needn't put our very lives at risk to demand our humanity be seen, affirmed, valued. Another world is possible. In the words of Amanda Gorman, we will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. I know this world is possible, not because I've seen it in my mind's eye, but because I've experienced it, a glimpse of it, right here at Simmons. Congratulations, graduates. I could not be more optimistic for our future because of each and every one of you.
Thank you, Representative Ayanna Pressley. Your career, your ongoing advocacy, and your remarks today continue to inspire us. We look forward to working with you in the struggle for justice and equity. We will now begin the conferring of degrees. The faculty and Board of Trustees of Simmons University have voted to grant these degrees and are authorized to do so by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Following the conferral of degrees, we will adjourn this commencement ceremony and we will convene again an undergraduate and 5 graduate commencement exercises to individually recognize the members of the Simmons University undergraduate and graduate classes of 2021.
Will the candidates for the doctoral degrees, the Doctor of Nursing Practice, the Doctors of Philosophy in Behavior Analysis, Education Leadership, Health Professions Education, Library Science and Social Work, and the Doctor of Physical Therapy, please rise.
President Wooten, on behalf of the deans and the faculty of Simmons University, I have the honor to present to you for the doctoral degree these candidates who have completed all of the conditions of scholarship and residence required by our faculty.
I hereby grant you the doctoral degree and declare that you are entitled to all the rights, privileges, and dignities pertaining to the doctorate. Doctoral candidates will be formally hooded at this afternoon's graduate ceremony. My congratulations to all our doctoral candidates. You have achieved the terminal research or professional degree and join an elite group of experts in your field.
Will the candidates for the master's degrees, the education specialist degrees, and the certificates please rise? This includes the Master of Arts in Children's Literature, Master of Arts in Gender and Culture Studies, Master of Arts in History, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Science and Education Specialist in Behavior Analysis, Master of Science and Education Specialist in Education, Master of Science, Library and Information Science, Master of Science in Nursing, Master of Nursing Administration, Master of Science in Nutrition, Master of Public Health, Master in Public Policy, and Master of Social Work. This also includes the candidates for certificates in Archives Management, the Didactic Program in Dietetics, the Dietetic Internship Healthcare and Social Work, Health Professions Education, Interprofessional Informationist, School Library Teacher Licensure, School Social Work License, Special Education, Sports Nutrition Certificate, and Trauma Practice Certificate.
President Wooten, on behalf of the deans and faculty of Simmons University, I have the honor to present to you for the master's degree, the education specialist degree, and the post-baccalaureate certificates these candidates who have completed all the conditions of scholarship and residence required by our faculty.
I hereby grant you the master's degree and certificates and declare that you are entitled to all the rights, the privileges, and dignities pertaining to these degrees. These degrees, too, will be bestowed this afternoon at our graduate exercises. Please accept my congratulations on behalf of the entire Simmons community on your achievements.
Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and Bachelor of Social Work, please rise.
President Wooten, on behalf of the deans and the faculty of Simmons University, I have the honor to present to you for the baccalaureate degrees these candidates who have completed all the conditions of scholarship and residence required by our faculty.
I hereby grant you the bachelor's degree and declare you are entitled to all the rights, privileges, and dignities pertaining to the bachelor's degree. Dear undergraduates, let's make this official. You may move your graduation tassels from the right side of your cap to the left. Congratulations, members of the Simmons University's undergraduate class of 2021. I look forward to seeing you shortly. This brings us to the conclusion of Simmons University's 116th commencement ceremony. Following this ceremony, we will grant the individual degrees to our undergraduate students at 10:15 this morning. This afternoon, our new doctoral and master's graduates will be recognized individually in college and program commencement exercises. Students should follow the link and instructions they were sent this week for lineup. Family and friends will find more information, including the start time of these commencement exercises at commencement.simmons.edu. Congratulations to our new alums and to your family and friends. On behalf of the trustees, faculty, and staff of the university, best wishes. Thank you to all of our guests for being part of this wonderful and moving celebration. Please be safe and well until we see you again.